Hello everyone, welcome to Tejas Academy, and in this video we'll be seeing about the current affairs for 11th December 2021. And before going into the current affairs, I have to make a note that the admission is open for the scholarship test for UPSC Civil Service 2022 and TNPSC exam group 2 and 2A. Okay, this is a scholarship registration date. The last date for UPSC registration is December 30, and the last date for TNPSC scholarship exam is 25th December. The scholarship exam for TNPSC is 26th December, and scholarship exam for the UPSC is on the January 2nd Sunday. Okay, both are on the Sunday. And for more details, you can contact this number. I'll also provide the link for the scholarship exam registration form, which will be given in the description box. Okay, you can check from that. And now let's get into the current affairs. Okay, first one is Prime Minister Modi addresses the summit for the democracy hosted by the US President via video conferencing. The summit for democracy hosted by the US President Joe Biden. Okay, in which Prime Minister Modi addressed a call for the United's effort to shape global norms for emerging technologies like social media and cryptocurrencies. He calls for other countries to shape the global norms for emerging technologies and the other social medias and the cryptocurrencies, okay, like Bitcoin, like that and all. Okay, Prime Minister Modi also mentioned that elected Republican city-states such as Lichavi, elected Republican city, okay, and Shakya flourished in India when it was flourished 2500 years ago itself. Okay, this same democratic spirit is seen in 10th century inscription Uttaramerur. This is located in Tamil Nadu. And also he addressed that till the rule of British, India was a democratic country, and though they have ruled in a other manner, and after Indians have fighted for their democracy, and they got the independence, and after that since 1947 we are successfully leading the democratic country. Okay, he also mentioned that he was proud in representing the big democratic nation India. Okay, and the next one is Niti Aayog releases 2 comprehensive report on emerging and injury care in India. Okay, Niti Aayog released report on current status of country level. It has released in the level wise, like a country level and secondary and tertiary level, and also in the district level. This report brought the prevailing gaps in the ambulance service, health infrastructure, human resource and equipments in the prevention of optimal case. Okay, and the next one, is Indian mathematician Neena Gupta wins 2021's DST ICTP IMU Ramanujam Prize, which is a most prestigious award for the mathematics department, okay, for the young mathematician from developing countries. Neena Gupta from Kolkata. Okay, she is from Kolkata, and Indian Statistical Institution has been awarded the She is working in an Indian Statistical Institution. Okay, she was awarded with the Ramanujam Prize for her contribution in the affine algebraic. Geometry and commutative algebra. Okay, Neena is the third woman to receive this Ramanujam Prize. Okay, this award was introduced in the year 2005. This was the first year when they was introducing the Ramanujam Prize. The age eligibility for this is below 45. The age eligibility is below 45 and awarded every 31st December. Annually, it is awarded for on the 31st December. The age eligibility for this prize is below 45, and it was firstly introduced in the year 2005. And she is the third mathematician to receive this Ramanujam prize. And this is the most prestigious award for the mathematician. Okay, she is from India, and she is working at the Indian Statistical Institution, Kolkata. Okay, these are the news for this. This comes under the award listees and nominees. And the next one is Indian architect Balakrishna Doshi wins Royal Gold Medal 2022 given by the Royal Institute of Britain Architecture, RIBA. Okay. This Royal Medal 2022, the highest honor for architecture in the UK. This is the highest honor for architecture. In the UK. This was announced by the RIBA. Okay, RIBA announces this every year. And the next one is Indian researcher Sonali Garg. She is a Sonali Garg and awarded Harvard University's Edward O. Wilson Biodiversity Postdoctoral Fellowship for discovering 50 frog species. She has discovered 50 frog species with its name. This Sonali Garg is from the Delhi University. She is a researcher awarded with Edward O.W. Biodiversity Postdoctoral Fellowship to work at the Harvard University. She holds the distinction of discovering 50 frog species. She will be working at the Museum of Comparative Zoology. MCZ. She'll be working in the Museum of Comparative Zoology of the Harvard University. And this museum was founded in 1859. Okay. And the next one is Niti Aayog and Bharati Foundation launched Convoke 2021-22, which aims at addressing challenges in the imparting education. Okay, what is Convoke? Convoke is a national research. What is Convoke? Okay, Convoke is a national research symposium for teachers and head of the school, like principals and heads, HMs like that and all. Okay, what are all the aims of this Convoke? To address challenges in imparting education and strengthening its quality with special focus on all teachers, educationists, head of schools across India. And what is the significance is the initiative will promote the suggestion of National Education Policy. National Education Policy 2020. This will be promoted under this Convoke 2021-2022. Okay, this also creates a culture for using research-based pedagogy to improve the learning outcomes in the school education, so that the students also will be interacting in their classes. And also, teachers over the year have been coming up with the innovative solutions to help support students, and even more during lockdowns. Though Convoke, they'll be able to share their micro research papers also. Okay, these are all the outcomes of this and the significance of the Convoke. And the next one is RBI makes legal entity identifier, that is LEI, mandatory for cross-border transaction for rupees 50 crore and above. RBI says that LEI is mandatory for capital or current account transactions with the worth of rupees 50 crores and above. What is LEI? Okay, what is legal entity identifier? It is a 20-digit number for used to uniquely identify parties to financial transaction worldwide. The identifier norms has been introduced in a phased manner for participants in over the country. Okay, in over the country. Sorry, in over the counter, that is OTC. Okay, sorry, and derivatives. Okay, and the next one, this is only for the current worth of rupees 50 crores and above. And the next one is government to distribute LED bulbs at high subsidies rate at rupees 10 in 5 states on the occasion of National Energy Conservation Day, December 14. Okay, CESL will distribute LED bulbs at a highly subsidies. CESL. What is this CESL? This is a Convergence Energy Service Limited. Convergence Energy Services Limited. Okay, they will be distributing the LED lights at rupees 10 across 5 states. What are all the 5 states are? Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. Okay, these are the 5 states in which the LED bulbs will be distributed at the rate of rupees 10 for the National Energy Conservation Day on December 14. Okay, and the next one, ISRO signs deal with smartphone makers Oppo for the development of Navig message service. Okay, this is very important for what they have combined for the improving service in the Navig message. What is ISRO? ISRO stands for Indian Space Research Organization. Indian Space Research Organization, and the Oppo is a Chinese smart device maker. This is a Chinese smart device maker. Okay, to strengthen the research and development of the Navig messaging services. And what is Navig? The Navig system provides regional navigation services. Okay, this provides a regional navigational services. Regional navigation service covering the Indian mainland. In addition to its primary function of providing PNT. What is PNT? The primary function is of the Navig is to provide PNT. The PNT stands for position, navigation and timing services. Navig is also capable of broadcasting short messages. And the next one is pharma company Lupin launches. Lupin is a pharma company. This is the logo for that. Launches the diagnostic arm Lupin Diagnostics. Okay, and to provide the integrated healthcare in India, the company said that it has established National Reference Laboratory in the Navy Mumbai. It has established National Reference Laboratory. In the Navy Mumbai. Okay, and the next one is industrial production growth rate is 3.2 in October. This is based on the government data. Okay, in October it is 3.2 and in September it was 3.1. So industrial production grows. Okay, and this is the data released by the IIP data. This is IIP data, which means Index of Industrial Production. Index of Industrial Production. Okay, and the next one, Next one is UN celebrates Human Rights Day on December 10th. The theme for the year 2021 is equality, reducing inequality, advancing human rights. Okay, this is the theme for the 2021 year. The Universal Declaration of the Human Rights was adopted in the year 1948 by UNGA, United Nations General Assembly, and celebrated on December 10 annually. This day marks the importance of the rights of everybody is entitled for irrespective of caste, religion, sex, and language. And the next one is IUCN, that is International Union for Conservation of Nature, red listed for the threatened species updated. Number of species at risk exceeds 40,000, in which dragonfly is one of the list among that. Okay, as the wetland decreases, as this wetland decreases around the world, this drives the decline of dragonflies worldwide, and their decline is symptomatic of the widespread loss of marshes, swamps, free flowing rivers. They breed in the dragonflies mostly breed in the free flowing rivers only. So when the wetlands decreases, the that is the population of the dragonfly also decreases, mostly driven by the expansion of unsustainable agriculture and urbanization around the world. This wetland is decreased due to the agriculture land increment. And the next one is UN grants observer status of International Solar Alliance, that is ISA. International Solar Alliance is also mentioned as ISA. This is the 4th General Assembly by the ISA. 4th General Assembly. Okay, this was held on October 2021. About ISA. Okay, what is ISA? ISA is an alliance of 124 countries. 124 countries. This initiative was started by India. And most of these countries are sunshine countries, which lies between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. At least these countries lie either partially or completely inside this region. Okay, and Modi, our Prime Minister Modi mentioned these countries where the sunshine reflects as the Suryaputra, that is son of sun. Okay, ISA was established with the objective of working for efficient consumption of solar energy in a bid to reduce the dependency of the fossil fuels. On fossil fuels. Prime Minister Modi mentioned these countries as Suryaputra in the year 2015. Okay, it is a treaty-based organization. This is a treaty-based organization. Treaty-based organization. After the United Nations, ISA is the largest grouping of states worldwide. After United States, ISA is the second largest state combination. Okay, and the next one is New Zealand to ban cigarette sales for future generation. Anyone born after 2008 will not be able to buy cigarettes or tobacco products in their lifetime. New Zealand is determined to achieve a national goal for reducing its national smoking at the rate of 5% by 2025. It has aimed to reduce the nationwide smoking in 5% by 2025 with the aim of eventually eliminating it altogether. Okay, and the last current affairs for today is Commonwealth Weightlifting Championship in the Tashkent. India's Jilly Dalabehra wins the gold in the this is not gold, she won silver. Okay, she won silver in the women's 49 kg category. Jilly Dalabehra was competing in the women's 49 kg Tokyo Olympics medalist. Tokyo Olympic medalist, and she won silver medal for India. Jilly won silver medal at Commonwealth Weightlifting Championship 2021. This happened in the Tashkent of Uzbekistan. This Commonwealth Weightlifting Championship is a qualifying event for the Commonwealth Games of 2022. This is like a qualifying game for Commonwealth Game 2022 in the Birmingham. The Commonwealth Game for 2021 is planned to happen in the Birmingham. Okay, and these are all the current affairs for today, and thank you for continuing our current affairs. I have to make a reminder that I'll be providing the description link with the link of yesterday's quiz and today's PDF to download for the current affairs, and you can also apply and register for the scholarship test of UPSC Civil Service and TNPSC Group 2. Okay, for more details kindly contact the given number in the description description box. Okay, stay tuned with us. Thank you for watching.